Howdy, you know this Jeffrey is an Epstein thing that's going on. It's kind of disturbing. Now, I understand a lot of stuff is fake news until it's proven because so many people say things that ain't kind of right. But you know what? Now, with this, the pedophile stuff, I mean, you just want to go have a shower afterwards. I mean, it's very disturbing, particularly when you hear that a former president, you know, had 27 or 29, whatever it was, rides in his plane, many of which, you know, his Secret Service guys didn't attend. And there's all kinds of people saying the young girls were on those flights. And it's disturbing. I mean, this man, Epstein, he's already a registered sex offender, right? He's already part of that group. And somehow or another, he got off. I mean, imagine going to jail for a year or 13 months, whatever it was, and having 16 hours a day free time so you can go to town and work and then come back and rest. I mean, that's not jail. That's an insult, I think. I don't know the whole story, but I do know that he's a registered sex offender. So it's a bad, bad thing. You know, pedophiles. I've mellowed because I'm old now. When I was younger, with regard to a pedophile, I thought, you know what, you torture them and you kill them, right? Now I'm old and I'm past that, and I don't think all that should be done. Don't torture them, just kill them. Just saying. You know, but it's a terrible, terrible thing. I shouldn't make jokes about it. It's awful, and I hope justice prevails. Why is a barber pole red and white? What's the history of that? Apparently, the red is for blood and the white is for bandages, since we're talking about death and bad people and stuff. But that's an interesting thing. Somebody sent that to me, and I thought, wow, do I care about that? Doesn't seem very relevant about much. But hey, I'm your wiser advisor. Now you know stuff. $850 million apparently is missing in New York City. Bill D. Blasio's wife. She can't account for that staggering amount of taxpayer money. Holy, it was given to her to use properly for mental health. It's kind of like the inmates running the asylum. Mental health, are you getting that? I mean, 850. Chokes me up, you see that? $850 million, and this is a guy that wants to be president. I mean, he is so left-wing. I mean, he's got to have weights in his pocket to keep him standing up straight. I mean, this is incredible. How do you lose that? It's almost $1 billion. Oh, I know how. You're a liberal whack. These liberals in America, everywhere in the world, but particularly America, they're crazy. These are crazy people. I mean, it's kind of like immigration. I mean, they don't want to know how many, they don't want us to know how many illegal people are here. Everyone says 11 million people all of the time. That's been going on for years. I'll bark like a fox if it's 11 million people. It's probably 40 million people. That's the census kind of argument. Everyone says, how can anybody with a mind say that you won't include that in the census? That's why, because they don't want people to know how many there are here, because someday they might get in power, and those are the people that will vote for them. That's why they're giving all the pushback. These are a bunch of dishonest scoundrels, these Democrats. I mean, it's quite incredible. 11 million, try 40, 50, they need to be pushed out of the country. Blah, 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 blah. Bank of Montreal in Canada. The other day, I drove by a bank, and there was just line up there. And this was in a town that is probably 98% white. And all the people in the lineup outside were black. So I went in the bank. I had occasion to go into the bank, and there must have been 100 people in there. Where's the firemen when you need them? Because I'm sure that ain't legal. And they were all black. So I went up to the girl and I said, what's going on? And she said, we're opening up bank accounts for all of these people. I said, why? Who are they? And she said, well, the government brought them here because the town is too white. I said, are you kidding me? And they get bank accounts? I know white people that can't get bank accounts at the Bank of Montreal in Canada because they don't pass the credit test. And the bank managers will say, go to Money Mart. Are you kidding me? That's what they do. I said, and now you're bringing them in. I mean, I don't care what color you are. That's not the point here. The point is, if you want to travel somewhere and relocate somewhere, your color doesn't matter. Buy a plane ticket, buy a car, go there. But here they're being transplanted in from Jamaica, hundreds and hundreds of them, and apparently now they have other towns that are targeted as well. And I say targeted because that's what it is. The particular town that I'm referring to at the Bank of Montreal has an 8% unemployment rate, and they're bringing in hundreds and hundreds of people from other countries. Why not go out and adopt a whole bunch of people when you have 10 kids at home and you can't look after them and they can't get a job? It's totally irresponsible, and that's going on in Canada. Where do they get that idea? Is it unique? No, it came from President Okami. He did that all of the time. He brought in thousands of people, Muslims, dark people, and put them into communities that were just white and said, it ain't nice for you guys just to be white. That ain't his place. He ain't God. But the Prime Minister of Canada, he caught on to that and said, what a great idea. I can now go and disrupt the country because European white people are bad anyway. That's his makeup. That's how he talks. That's just wrong. Let everybody live and let live. I mean, we're good by ourselves. It's a free market. Somebody wants to buy a plane ticket and go somewhere. Who cares what your culture or your color is? But we do care when somebody else does it and kind of, tries to change everything into their world. It's typical liberal stuff. Y'all can have an opinion as long as it's identical to mine. Hey, you come back tomorrow, and I'll have more opinions for you from me. See ya.